All right, we're back for part 2 of these guys.
Yes.
Let's get this started.
Should
Welcome to the show today. This is our part 2 of our brother. We don't really have a title for it, but how you guys feeling?
Childhood shenanigans.
Been a little while since the last one, even though we're all wearing the exact same clothes, sitting in the exact same positions. I tried to get them to switch shirts, but they wouldn't do it. All right, so I guess we can get back into it. You know what we've already talked about. I know there were some things that we didn't get to. Just time became a constraint.
Steve, so one of the things while we've been on this long hiatus, we were talking. I just want all of the audience to know that we actually had a great childhood, and we were very loved by one side of our family, and we didn't always. And to be honest with you, I mean, like we lived in a family. We were pretty poor growing up, and so it wasn't like we really got a lot of gifts. But the gifts we did get, they were memorable. Like they were important to us, and
Not like all the spoiled brats in our family today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like my kids.
Yeah, call out your kids right now because all your kids suck. They they get way too much crap.
Bunch of soft weight.
We can't even buy them a birthday present.
They're a bunch of soft weight kids from the suburbs.
When we go, hey, all of your kids, hey, what do you want us to get you when they were younger? Hey, what do you want for your birthday? I don't really know. Like, I'm
Pretty
good.
much have everything.
It's like, you're good? What? Anyway, Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I thought I was good, but then sometimes you just land that special gift.
I'm just saying, we were poor enough. Like, what do you want for your birthday? Like some clothes,
Yeah. No, seriously.
like a new shirt.
You would have shoes.
Underwear?
Yeah.
I'd like to start wearing it again.
I remember having shoes.
I'm
that
tired
had
of wearing
like a hole.
Steve's.
By the way, me, Steve, Josh, my dad, we all wore the exact same socks. That was a real challenge.
You didn't have socks. They were in a basket. We had a sock basket.
So the first guy to the basket got the ones that sold elastic to work.
It's funny because all our clothes,
the sock that didn't have any elastic.
all our clothes would get put away like in your room in your drawer, except socks. Socks we just
that was
had
just the
a
rule.
sock basket. They weren't paired
was
up.
normal.
You had to dig through and find two that kind of matched.
wasn't good.
That's how we rolled.
But anyway, so on the mom side of the family, Granny Pierce, Ermengarde, Popfinger, we listen. In fairness to this lady, she rest in peace. She didn't have a lot of money, and she did what she could, but at the time it was pretty comical.
She didn't have a lot of money, and she almost had no budget for like birthdays and Christmas after what she spent on Jack.
Yeah, well, I mean,
She did have a favorite.
Jack was her golden boy,
Of course.
So, I mean, he
So,
was different.
in fairness.
he was different. So there wasn't as much money left over for us. Maybe she allotted a certain amount of money per family, and so like since we had 6 kids and
Yeah,
Jack had
fair
one
enough.
kid, he got like $200, and we
No.
all got like 18 cents.
No,
So all right, so
because mom and dad only had 5 kids, anyways.
Yeah. Well, Josh thinks she wasn't aware of him. I think she just hated him.
It's true. Maybe I think because she wasn't aware, so that's easier to choke than she just
Yeah.
didn't like me.
She just didn't like Josh.
Yeah, so Josh, I remember that at Christmas time, we would sit around and she would pass out gifts to us. Most of the time, the gift was something like one of those like soft butter knife type things, but it had like a little hunting scene on it. I mean, it's meant to be a pocket knife, but it was as sharp as a spoon.
Yeah.
You know, you got it like on QVC for probably like $4.99.
Or
And
a,
we'd all get
or a
something like
Kinder
that.
egg.
Yeah. But Josh, what did you generally get?
Nothing.
So to set the stage, we normally spent Christmas with the Henriksen side of the family on Christmas, and Christmas Eve we always spent with the Pierce side of the family, and we would usually go to Granny P's for that gathering, and she would usually have Christmas presents for all of us kids. There would literally be a pile of Christmas presents that were Jack's.
Correct.
And then we would all get one present each. except
for Josh.
For Josh.
Well,
Now, also, let me just tell you, we walked into Granny P's house. We all will give her a hug and a kiss, and then our family, meaning all of my siblings, we all just huddled by the front door
By the
in about
door.
a
Yeah.
8 square foot space because it was small.
It was a small
and
place.
we just waited there till we left. Like we didn't. There was nothing there for us.
Yeah.
There's especially nothing there for Josh.
yeah, that's right.
So Josh,
true.
in the times that happened multiple times when there was no gift for you, after everyone got passed out and we all had our grand gift, what happened to you?
So, well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, none of the gifts were great anyways. Like, Mike got stuff
Is
that...
it weird that we never even felt bad for you?
No. No, it's fine.
Let me just quickly tell you the two greatest gifts I got from Ermengarde. When I was a 17-year-old senior in high school, I was 6'3", I weighed 235 pounds, and she bought me a medium sweater. So, I mean, I don't know how that equates to the audience.
It's a sweater.
I probably wore a medium when I was about 12 or 13. Like that was not going on. I wish I still had it today, to be honest with you.
And the year before, he got a remote control
year
car
before.
with a cord.
Now, I know that I'm an old head.
That you had to hunch over because.
But I
it was
do
really
want you to
short.
know that we did have remote control cars that didn't have a cord on
Yeah.
it. Like they were invented.
Yeah.
But she bought me one that did have a cord. And when it has a cord like that, just so you know, it only goes front, it goes straight, or you could back up and turn one away. So you get to your new straight spot. Anyway, if I held this remote just like with my arms as low as they'll go, without hunching over or bending my knees, the remote control car would be about 3 inches off the ground. So
He's taking a long time to tell you that it was a toy for 4-year-olds. It was a 4-year. It said it ages
By
3
the way,
and
I
up.
drove my actual car out there to the Christmas event. So probably having that corded remote control car.
But do you know what's worse than getting that?
Getting nothing.
Getting nothing.
But maybe not. Maybe nothing. So,
No,
a
it is.
specific year
She
I
didn't love
remember. Yeah. That's harsh. So, the specific year...
Your grandmother hated you.
The specific year that I remember, we went out there, and she was handing out gifts. So she handed Mike a gift, and Jen, and then Steve, and then Rach, and then Matt. And I didn't have anything, right? So Mom literally goes over. I see her whisper to Dad. Dad pulls his wallet out, which, by the way, that can be a different dad story. But his wallet was like this big. And it
It's
would
a
stick
folding wallet,
Yeah.
but it's this tall.
It's
Yes.
like a notebook that's just cut more narrow.
look-
Just
right?
ask him to see it. He still carries it.
He probably
It looks
does.
like it's something that holds 100 business cards. That's
Yeah.
what it was really designed
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So he pulls that out. He gives my mom some money. My mom then takes my grandma and goes into her room. Then my grandma walks out.
With a black eye.
Yeah. She's holding a torn
Okay.
gift bag that says like happy birthday. And she says, I didn't know what to get. Or Mom's like, hey, she didn't know what to get you, so here's some money. And so I take the money out and I just give it back to my dad, who then takes
took it, by the
put
way.
it back in his wallet. and
He
stuck it in his
accepted it
car.
back. Steve, did you
No.
say black guy or black eye? Because Manny was Mexican.
Yeah, no, it was. I said black eye, as though she got a whipping. But
was
yes,
just
that's
kidding.
true.
She
Manny.
did have a Manny.
Our grandma was like 1,000 years old, and she was always dating this Mexican guy who was like, I don't know,
his
40
30s.
years old.
No, like 32.
Yeah, Manny.
His name was Manny.
Yeah, he's nice.
Super
Not to
funny.
be confused with Manny Moe and Jack. He was not that Manny from Pep Boys. But
Yeah, nice guy.
anyway, so
Yeah.
how did that make you feel?
I think it was just expectation at that
Do you
point.
remember
I didn't
that
feel
one
anything.
time when it was your birthday
Yeah.
and she showed up at our house?
Yeah.
And how excited you were that she finally remembered you? Because
Yeah.
she never, you got ignored pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And remember how excited you are?
How'd that
So-
go down?
Often overlooked middle kid, right? So it was good. I was able to just fly below the radar most of my life. But yeah, she did come over. I remember it was my birthday, and I was like, okay, this is a big one. This is a big deal.
This is the deal.
She made a personal trip over. She came over, talked to Mom about something, got in her car, and drove away. Never said 2 words to me. So I was like, oh, I guess it
Mom
wasn't.
didn't mention to him that it was maybe
I
Josh's
guess it wasn't
birthday.
for me. It wasn't for me. Which was fine. It was good.
All right.
And she wasn't there for you.
I'm remembering another one. When did she come and she gave to 2 of us? who was the other one? Do you remember this?
No.
You got like a birthday card, but like she came by and it could have been my birthday and your birthday because they're kind of close.
Yeah.
And so then we both got cards, so she gave them to us.
Maybe.
And then like mine had $20 in it and yours had $5.
That's probably true. Yeah.
That's how you know she hates you, because that's not an oversight. She put those together at the same time.
Maybe she only had a 20 and a 5, and she didn't have time to get changed.
Yeah.
And you were
what
older.
did she do? That's
You were older.
maybe.
Right.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, we shouldn't be crapping on
Dead people.
So
She's fine now. We're good.
I know we shouldn't be crapping on her.
I said we're good. I'm good. Yeah.
Say
Now,
that
Steve-
you love her.
Yes.
Now, see, we did mention already that we grew up fairly poor, right? I mean, like, we weren't missing meals at our house, but outside of that, like, poor. One of my favorite things that Steve says is poor people.
Have poor ways.
Yeah. It's like you just got to figure things out. And we certainly had the opportunity to do that a number of times. Josh, what's your favorite poor people got poor ways story from growing up?
I mean, I don't know. We kind of already touched on some of them. I mean, we quite literally had hand-me-down underwear. Like I wore Steve's old boxers and stuff like that. So that's kind of gross, but we rolled that way. Yeah.
What about our kitchen cups? What did
Yeah,
we drink
I
out
mean, yeah. I don't remember having like a matching set of cups. Like everything we had were like super big old cups.
Yeah,
and
what
stuff
kind of
like
glassware were we dealing with? Oh, just like super
Yeah.
big old cups from Batman?
that. Yeah, so like if Batman was playing, you got super big gold, you got a Batman cup.
Yeah. Or McDonald's or whatever had like,
we had.
you'd get the plastic cup
Yeah.
and then that's what we drank out of.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love that we, like growing up, like you're an adult now, and then I realized that like towels are like not really that expensive to buy. And growing up, I figured they must have been super expensive because
Yeah.
we used the same towels our entire life as children. I don't remember ever getting new towels. And so they would start getting more torn and they'd get smaller. And then also Josh's mother,
Steve, you're leaving out an important part of these towels, right? Our mom did nails.
that's where he's
on-
going.
that's what I
right
just
now.
said. I said that Josh's mother
This guy I
did
tell you,
nails. It's like he's not even listening.
He's like not here.
Did you get teleported to a different
Yes.
studio? Yes. So Josh's mother had a side hustle. So she did acrylic nails for people at the house to make a little extra money, a little extra scratch.
At least
And so
Sandy Pelton.
Sandy Pelton was one of them. BB and Bevan and Dee Dee's mom, whatever. Anyway, so she would use our towels like to do these nails, and you'd kind of think like maybe you would just use the same towel every time because it's acrylic nails. So she would wipe the leftover acrylic on the towel. Well, that doesn't come out; it just hardens into a crystal-like diamond form. And so then when
With
you're
sharp edges.
with very sharp edges, so that when you're trying to dry yourself
basically like
off later
shards of
on,
glass.
you're just raking shards of grass across across your back. So yes, and that was also so
if
they
you
were
got dry, they
rags.
need something for the blood.
And now I don't know. It's just I'm puzzled to think like, was this an oversight? Like, why did we just not have towels? I don't understand.
Yeah. My other favorite is that so our we call it a laundry room. I mean, like it just basically was enough room to put a washer and dryer in the hallway, so you could still walk by. Right? I mean, but anyway, and our dryer.
It's a laundry
door-
nook.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. And the catch on the dryer door was busted. So
The dryer door wouldn't stay closed.
Yeah, so like we used a crutch. Like I mean, like I got a broken leg, I need a crutch. We would jam that into the dryer door on one
Just
side.
wedge it on the wall, and you
Into
just
our
wedge it
wall.
in so that the dryer door wouldn't fling open while it was on.
Yeah.
And we did that for
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I mean, I
like
don't know,
years.
it's a long time.
Yeah.
it's back when dryers lasted a really long time.
It probably means that to fix it costs a lot of money.
You would think. You would think. And we were pretty young. I remember one time running down the hall and miscalculating, trying to jump over the crutch and caught my
yeah,
foot
that was
and
normal.
slammed into the wall at the end of the hall. So you'd always kind of, but I don't know how old I was. I'm going to say 11. I don't know. I was pretty young.
Yeah.
But I was just messing around one day with the dryer door. And I was looking at it because I was just thinking, like, I wonder, like, why it's broken. You know, I was always kind of into, like, trying to fix crap. So I'm looking at it, and where the thing goes in, the latch, it's, like, kind of not there. But I could see that there's something in there, so I'm messing with it, and then I see, like, oh, it's kind of rolled back. And so I pull it up and I can see like it looks like it's still going to work, but it's missing a screw. And I look down and like there's a screw on the ground.
Right.
So it had just come out
On the linoleum.
on the linoleum.
It's not tile.
On the fourth layer of linoleum because we just go over top. And so I take it and I screw it back in, and then the door just worked. So we've been rocking that for years, and I just fixed the dryer with just putting the screw back in. So yeah, we're pretty
Sorry,
awesome.
I got to hit this linoleum for a minute. Like one time we got this new linoleum in our kitchen.
Which is a big
We're
deal.
so poor.
This is a big deal.
And like, yeah, it was
Real
a huge
big deal.
deal. Our mom was so proud. Like she was so happy that new crappy linoleum was in there.
This is like Gen 1 linoleum.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is like the linoleum just hit the
I
market.
don't want you to think the linoleum you can find today. Okay.
Yeah, this is Gen 1 stuff.
And then we're cramming that fridge back in there.
And it just ripped up all the linoleum. And she was so mad.
Dad was doing his best, and Mom was so pissed off.
Yeah. So mad.
Couldn't do anything right.
So mad.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. So, were we a family who? What do they call that? Like, if like food. What do they call it? I think here, like if you food insecurity. Did we have utility insecurity growing up?
Apparently, we missed paying some bills. So I'm
Might
saying
have
we were pretty
missed the-
sheltered. If you think back, like we never thought we were poor.
No,
we
no,
only
really
know we
didn't.
were poor because we look back and like realize that we were poor. But
Yeah.
at the time, it was like that's just life. Like,
It
just
seemed
how you do
normal
it.
as hell.
Yeah, it's like seemed normal that the gas got shut off, you
Yeah.
know, and so
And everyone always wanted to be at our house. Like we had like the cool house.
We had literally legit wealthy friends, and they always wanted to be at our house.
Yeah, they would come
We
hang
can't
out.
remember we come home from church or something, and people just be at our house already because we didn't, as Josh said, we didn't keep the door locked.
Yeah.
So
they were
people
already
just be at our
inside,
house.
like, hanging out. This is, by the way, the Del Rey house. So we're talking 1,100 square feet, 3-bedroom.
We're gonna come to the bathroom.
Sort of
We'll
one
come back
bath.
to the bathroom situation, but with 8 people. So there's 2 adults and 6 children. So yeah, it was
Six
a
kids
tight
in an
fit.
8-year span, by the way. This isn't like we're
Yeah.
stretched out over 20 years.
Yeah.
So Matt actually had to share a room with the girls till he got a little bit older, and then there was 4 of us in the one room.
I slept on the floor since we were 12 because you can't fit
Yeah.
3 beds in a room.
Yeah.
Mike had a bedroll,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
like
rolled it up
like a
and shoved it
cowboy
under.
bedroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems normal. I don't know.
But Steve, tell us about the time that our gas got shut off.
Which time? So our gas would get shut off all the time, and then I've learned now that when your gas gets shut off, you just like pay the gas bill. But when I was young,
one option.
I when the gas got shut off, our dad would go and he'd usually have me help him. So we'd go to the side where the gas meter was, and then there would be a lock on it, and so he would cut the lock off with a grinder or something, and then he
Because
would.
that's normal behavior.
Because what they did is they put a little insert in there to block the gas from flowing. So he cut
Right.
their lock off and then open it up and pull their thing out and then reconnect it. And then we had gas again. So the gas was working again. So this had happened multiple times to the point where he would just have me do it. So I'm a little kid, but he's like, hey, go turn the gas back on. So I know how to turn the gas back on.
Training.
It's training. Now I know how to turn the gas back on. In particular, we get home one day and the burners won't work. The gas is off. So I call my dad. I didn't call my dad. I beeped my dad. And then he called me back from a payphone because that's how we did it back in those days. And he says,
599-4147.
Diamond.
and so, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm messing up the story. It's even better than that. So the gas guy had been coming. We've been battling. So we've been cut off the lock a couple of times.
To be
and he
honest
would
with
come
you, it
back.
was entertaining for
Yes,
us.
yeah. It was like a
we
duel.
knew it was a battle. Yeah.
And so
Well, it got progressive, right? So first there's just a valve they shut off, put a lock in it. So we cut the lock off, open the valve. Then they came in and they would like disconnect the pipe, put blocks in the pipe.
on 2 places.
In 2 places. Yeah. So it's like this has been a progressive game at this point.
So we're
Now, by the way,
we're
our
playing
gas,
the game.
Our gas meter's on the side of the house.
That's what I was
where we
getting
have a
to.
wall, right?
So there's a wall and a gate on that side. So we also added a lock on the gate so you couldn't just come in anymore.
Yeah.
And so I was actually at home.
You basically needed our permission to
Correct.
turn the gas off.
And so I'm at home, and then I beeped my dad or whatever. He called me back because I was like, hey, the gas guy pulled up, and I saw he went over to the side of the house. And then I was laughing because he climbed the wall. So it's like this guy's because he couldn't get
He's
in, so
committed.
he's gonna make this happen.
He's committed.
And so I wait, and then my dad's like, well, just wait till he leaves, and then just go and turn the gas back on. So I was like, all right, no problem. So I wait. The guy leaves. I go around the side of the house, unlock the gate, walk back there. The guy took the whole gas meter. So there's just pipes coming out of the ground and then coming out of the house. There's no meter anymore, which
throw
means
it over the
he
wall.
had to lug it over. So I think Dad must have finally paid the gas bill.
I wonder if he got
which was what, like $30? I don't know.
He probably got an increased reconnection fee on that one.
Yeah. And as now I'm thinking, I don't know why we didn't just go get some pipe and just hook the two pieces. Like, why do you need a meter for?
It's probably regulated, but yeah.
Maybe, but we live dangerously.
We should have tried.
Anyway.
We did live dangerously. Like when Dad would just send like that. So Steve and I came home from Hyde Park one day. We opened the front door and it just reeks of gas. Speaking of gas, right? Like the whole house is full of gas. Now, looking back now is kind of weird to me, but like we had every pet known to man. Like we had guinea pigs, we had ferrets, we had snakes, we had lizards at different times. We had a potbelly pig, we had birds. So we walk in there and
We had a problem.
Yeah.
Our mom was a pet hoarder.
Yeah, there's a bird.
At least we had a big house.
Yeah, exactly. So
We had space for all living creatures.
we have this blue and gold macaw, and it's on the bottom of the cage, and it's like wings are kind of drooped, like he's fading out, right? So of course Steve walks in first, and he's like, "What in the world?" And we go over, and somebody who was tidying up.
We can't afford our gas bill. We can afford all these pets.
We can afford to leave the gas on when we go to school. Apparently.
So someone had slid the toaster over, but the cord was wrapped around like one of the burners and just turned the burner on. And we didn't have the chick like you had to light a match.
Yeah, this is old school. When you turn the thing, gas was just pouring out until you lit it with a match.
Right. So
there was no igniter. It probably was. It probably broke and we didn't fix it.
So the entire house is just full of gas. So we get home and we open the door, which wasn't locked, by the way, and the whole house reeks of gas. Just reeks of gas. And so we go in. We've had every known pet imaginable that you could think of. We literally had snakes, ferrets, we had guinea pigs, we had a dog named Snarf that ate our guinea pigs. Okay. Snarf was awesome.
Gas bill.
Yeah.
Plenty of money for pets.
Plenty of money for pets.
She killed a rabbit too, by the way.
Yeah, we had rabbits, we had potbelly pig, dogs, whatever. So we had birds, and so Willie was in there. He's a blue and gold macaw. He's standing on the bottom of his cage, like literally, like wings drooping, like he's been in there huffing paint, huffing gas all day. And I'm like, so Steve's like, we gotta get the bird out. So we rolled the bird out, not knowing like there's all these potential dangers that the whole house could just explode at any minute, right? So Steve calls Dad, because Dad knows, right? We'll call him. And
probably beeped him.
Yeah, we probably paged him, right? So he calls us.
Waited in the gas room.
Here's your beeper number.
So we get a hold of him, and rather than be like, get out of there, like this is a dangerous situation, he's like, go in, don't turn on any lights, don't touch any walls so there's no static electricity, but go open every window, open every door so we can air this mug out. So me and Steve are in there, and we're just like popping windows. And what's even worse is I walked into my bedroom. We've already discussed my fear of the dark, even though it's the middle of the daytime. And just instinctively, I hit the light switch. And I remember I closed my eyes because I was like, this is it. This place is going to blow up. It didn't, luckily. But yeah, we had to open up all of our windows and stuff. And yeah. And someone just had hastily put the toaster away, and the cord that was wrapped around the burner handle just twisted it and turned it on. It was just pumping gas all day. So luckily, it didn't like full on explode. But yeah. So that was fun.
Now, though we were poor, we weren't lazy. We did work a lot.
Yeah.
I remember the three of us got a job one time handing out flyers. What was the flyers for? It was for Mark Jacoby's, I think. Remember he worked at like a
YMCA
wiring place? No, remember?
Centel Wireless.
Centel or something, like
yeah.
doing wire, like laying wire or something. I think that might, I don't know, maybe not. I can't remember now.
Well, let's clarify something. You guys got a job. You guys got a job. Flyers.
I think you already know that me and Steve are the ones who.
Okay, so we did get the job, but we did hire Josh as a subcontractor to help out.
Yeah.
Because we were being paid to hand out the flyers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so you guys said,
this is where Steve got his entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. So Steve and Mike come to me and they said, hey, we got these flyers. Do you want to help us pass them out? And I knew at this time that I knew they were getting paid to do it. So I was like, well, how much are you going to pay me? And they're like, just help us. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do it for free. And then Steve was like, all right, we'll give you like $5. Which, by the way, back then $5 that was something.
That was a lot.
You're going to
That was a
7-Eleven
lot.
probably 2 trips.
You go get some Macayo's chips.
You were
and sauce, come
halfway
home.
to getting a bag of Macayo's chips and chili sauce.
Like it is a big deal. So I'm like, all right. And by the way, I was a rollerblader. So I was like, they're like, put on your rollerblades. We're gonna go drop you off in this neighborhood. And by the way, I was gonna help them.
Yeah.
Right? So they drive me to this neighborhood.
That's how this works.
They're like, all right, get out and do this street all the way down to this street. And so I said, you want me to do all of this? And he said, yeah. And then I'm like, well, where are you guys going to be? And Steve goes, we're going to be in another sector.
There's this other sector that we're going to be working on. We can't all work in the same neighborhood. We got to,
It don't make any sense.
No.
We're just going to
So-
follow each other.
yeah, it's stupid.
The fact that they gave me all of the flyers should have been a telltale sign. But I
There
took
were no
those
more in the
flyers,
car.
And so I just started skating. I hit all these houses. I passed all these things, all these flyers and all these doors. And I got done, and they were supposed to pick me up. They weren't there, so I had to skate all the way home. So I got home, and when I went in, they were just at the house, like chilling. And I was like, "Hey, where are you guys gonna pick me up?" And Steve goes, "Oh, we just got done with our sector." And then years later, I found out there was no other sector.
Did you get your $5?
I probably. I don't
All
know.
right.
Yeah,
So,
so
I
you
got
complaining?
paid. So
you complain a lot about stuff, and I don't understand why. You agreed to do it for $5. You
It's
got
true.
the $5.
That's
Never mind, you made us 50.
fair point. That's fair point.
The reason why we got home is because we were probably there deciding what we were going to spend our
We
money
just
on.
got home. We were in the other sector.
Yeah. There's no other.
Now, Steve, you did say we were going to come back to you mentioned the bathroom, right? So
Yeah.
this house, this mansion that we grew up in,
Correct.
on Lakeshore Drive.
3
on Delaware
bedroom,
Avenue.
2 bath. I guess
Well,
2.5 bath
kind of.
technically because what's that? No, it's
no,
2 and
no,
3/4
Yeah.
because it was a shower.
Yeah.
The master had a shower and a
1
tub.
3/4.
1 and 3/4. Yeah,
Yeah.
I misspoke.
So the master had a bathroom, but for the entirety of our lives, we just used it as a storage room, and it didn't actually work. I don't know why. I mean, the house had to be fairly new at the time,
Yeah.
but it never worked. So we basically had 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom that was it was about the same size as the one that Steve used at Albertsons to go poop in. It was small, right? It was really small. And so when you grow up,
single sink,
yeah.
bathtub and a toilet. So that's all you.
And privacy is important, so at least it did have a lock on it.
Yeah.
At least it did have a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was easy to pick, and so sometimes you'd pull the drawer, but then you could get your hand in there to move the drawer. And so
There was all
there's
system.
an escalation, right? So then you lock it, you pull the drawer, then you jam a towel
Towel
in
in
there.
there.
But it had to be tight,
Yeah.
because if it was too loose,
But
then
it only
just
gave
worked
you
it
like
out.
4 jiggles and the towel
Yeah.
dropped and then
No
the hand
matter
came
what.
in.
Yeah.
and then someone was going to dump ice cold water on you in the
So,
bathtub.
Yeah.
well, I'll also
and see
just
your
say,
nuptials.
it was also super normal, right? Like you come home and you had to take a shower, so you'd ask your sister and her 2 friends to please leave the bathroom so you could get. By the way, when I say the shower, we had a bath that just had a little. Had a nozzle, but it wasn't really a shower.
We took a lot of
we
baths.
just had,
Just a lot of human soup. It's weird.
people don't like them for the most part. I mean, that's how we grew up.
Had to
Okay,
share bath water.
Yeah.
that was also true. That's
Cycle
happened.
through.
So you would literally go in the bath. You would pull the shower curtain. We had a shower curtain, no shower, but a shower curtain.
Correct.
And then your sister and her friends would just be right back in the bathroom doing their hair. Like I'm talking from me to Josh. I mean, like they were so close to you. And then like you would say like, "Hey, can you get out for 40 seconds so I can just dry off and get out?" And they'd be like, "Oh, hurry up," And you're like, "Dude, come on, man. Like, let's work with me." But yeah, so the bathroom was pretty small. But how'd you guys?
The
come to
weirder part
learn?
was that people would just come in and poop while you were taking a bath.
Oh, totally normal. Well,
But
there's
it
nowhere
seemed
else to
normal
go.
But it seemed normal to us at the time.
Yeah, because you got 8 people who
You
got to
can
use
go in the
that bathroom.
backyard to the dog's poo.
Never picked up.
Somebody else's problem.
The backyard was unusable. Our whole life also. So anyway, but there was one time, I mean, like we were
No,
constantly
we-
playing pranks on each
We
other.
buried stuff in the backyard.
No, we did. That's true. I had forts, smoked broom, all kinds of weird stuff happened back then.
Yeah.
But yeah. paddles that were meant for decoration that weren't always used for decoration.
True.
Used for child abuse.
Remember we dug up the paddle?
Yeah, we found it when we were going through. I buried it back there. I knew where it was.
What was this paddle?
It was a tune-up stick.
Who made it?
Juanita.
Okay, so our mother's sister
Yeah.
decided it'd be a good idea to give her a paddle to beat us with, a wooden paddle for spanking children, and she used to beat us with it.
It was supposed to be a nice little craft that hung on the wall.
It
right?
hung on the
supposed
wall.
to be-
Oh, it hung there.
But I don't know, like...
It came off the wall pretty quick.
Yeah.
At times.
I got beat with it twice, and after the first time I hit it under the waterbed back in the cabinet space, and then I actually think one of you, like Mom found it, and then one of you guys said, "Yeah, Josh put it in there." So then I got beat again with it.
Which, to be fair, it wasn't that bad in the beginning, the beatings, because she'd hit you with the paddle, and then when she started turning it sideways, because she wasn't getting like the...
Yeah. But the second time, then I just took it. When she left, I went out back, I dug a big hole, I threw it in there, and I buried it. And then no one's like, "Where'd it go?"
Never spoke of
And I
it
was
again.
like, "I don't know."
And our
I don't
mom
know
had
what
to
it is.
upgrade to the paddle, in also fairness, because she had broken multiple wooden spoons over Steve's butt. I'm talking just snapped him right off at the base.
And
Just
she was small, like she
Buns
it
of
didn't
steel.
hurt anymore. Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
do your worst.
Go for it.
You can't hurt Steve anymore. It's
Go at
not
it.
going to happen.
Got buns of steel.
But I do remember this one time because we were constantly playing pranks on each other, like the cute little things like leaving Josh locked outside by himself at night when he was like 7. But, so, one of the favorites was dumping cold water on someone in the shower, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was great. We all got it. We all did it. And so I remember I was 16 years old. So... And I knew Steve was coming in on me. I knew he was. You just know, right? And so I was like trying to like be all the way back up against the side so that like when he dumped that thing over. And so I was like, dude, I was like, Steve, if you do it, you're gonna be sorry. If you do it, you're gonna be sorry. And I knew he was still gonna do it.
Yeah.
And
In
so
fairness, from the bathroom, you could probably hear someone hit the ice thing on the fridge.
from the kitchen.
You knew it was coming.
You knew they were perfect.
So you're like, I just remember waiting, and I was like, dude, when this freaking jerk comes in here and he dumps that, the second he dumps it, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to whoop his A. Remember, I'm 3 years older than him, right? So I'm 16 years old. He's 13 years old. Anyway, he dumps this water on me, and I mean, like a flash, I'm out of that shower, and he takes off. And Steve don't really... I can count on one hand the number of times Steve's at least ran fast. Like, he did not run fast. He didn't have to. He mostly just beat people up. And so he takes off running
To be fair,
straight
I
out
could.
the front door.
I just didn't do it a lot.
Yeah, you chose not. It was a choice. So I was a little delayed because I had to grab the towel on the way out of the bathroom.
Which was the strategy. I was like, if I
Right.
just get outside, he has to stop pursuing because he's naked.
Which I didn't.
Yeah.
So I wrapped that towel around me and I kind of did like a quick little crimp while I was running.
Remember, our towels were not towels.
No.
Go ahead.
Not very
Glorified
big.
hand towels, like they're small.
And I remember Steve jumped the wall.
Probably
I
scraped
remember
his pee-pee
I
on
heard
some.
him. I hurdled the wall. Steve's already across Del Rey. I'm halfway across Del Rey, and the towel drops. And I got a choice right now, right? Like, I'm 16. I'm not a little boy. I mean, like, I pretty much probably look like a man for the most part. So I have to decide: do I want to chase down my 13-year-old brother, wet and buck naked, just to go and beat him? And how weird will that look? Or do I just go back and wait for him at home? It took me about 4, 5, 6 steps to decide, but I did make my way back to the house. Back
He
to my
did grab his towel, avoided
I
the charge.
scurried back.
Could have been extra charges.
Let's see here. Public
It's a different kind of assault when you're beating
Yes,
somebody
it
up
is.
naked. So, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. So, yeah, most people probably know we look like naked.
Well, and
That goes for all of
I
us.
can say, and Matt's not here, so we won't go into too many of those. But like a lot of stuff that happened to me, then I did it to Matt. Like,
Yeah, because
it rolled down.
crap rolls downhill.
So
You were just waiting.
and to be quite frank, I mean Matt. So Matt not only was the youngest, but he was completely coddled all the time, and so he was afraid. He
Master
was
Titta?
master to the master. But I'm just saying he was more afraid of everything than even like anyone was. So he was really easy to scare, and there's all kinds of scary stories. And I don't know if we want to get into any of those, but like every time if Matt was going into the anytime
Tell
Matt
Dad.
was going to go into the bathroom, if he was like, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going to take a shower. I take bath, whatever." I would always run in there and go, "Hold on, let me go to the bathroom first." And I did this 100 times, and he never caught on. But I'd go unlock the bathroom window, and then when he was
By the way,
in
this
there,
window's way up there,
Yeah.
and it's super small, right? I mean, like, the window feels like it's like one of those long ones. It's only about 8 inches tall.
yeah. So I would go put on, like, I had, for whatever reason, I had a ski mask, right? So I would always go put on my ski mask,
Don't
and I'd
ask me
have
questions.
I'd have to get on a ladder outside, and then I'd rip the bathroom window open, I'd stick my head in and look down at Matt, and every time he'd lose his mind.
Which again, after the first time, why are
Yeah.
you still?
Every
now,
time.
I actually did think of Matt's story that I wanted to bring
Hang
up.
on. My camera stopped, which I don't care, but just in case it
fine.
affects anyone else. All right.
So I did have a Matt story that I thought about because maybe you could shed some light on this. I came home one day, it's the middle of summer, and our youngest brother Matt is laying on the floor wearing a snowsuit, full on like insulated snowsuit,
Yeah.
and he's playing a Game Boy, like
Just
the original
sweating his
Game Boy,
balls
just sweating like crazy, and he's playing this. And I was like walking, I see him, and I'm like, Matt, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? And he's like, Josh said I could play his Game Boy, but only if I wore the snowsuit.
Yeah. There's just,
I think
yeah.
Josh already said it rolled downhill.
So it was just, I mean, we all did stuff like that. Like Matt didn't have a Game Boy because he was like too young when we got him. And by the way, when we got Game Boys, everyone else already had like a PS4. So I'm just saying, like, we got Game Boys out of the bargain bin.
It's like when I got my remote control car.
It was 2015.
I had this Game Boy, and Matt wanted to play my Game Boy, and I said, "No, I can't play it. It's mine." Like, I was being a jerk, and he's like, "Come on, let me play your Game Boy." And I said, "All right, you want to play the Game Boy? You got to put on the snowsuit." So he's in one of those full bibs, like full onesie snowsuit, and then he put it on, and I said, "Okay, you can play it as long as you wear the snowsuit." So he just.
My favorite part of the story is that Josh wasn't there. So Matt's honoring his oath. As soon as Josh left, he could have taken the snowsuit off, but he wore that snowsuit.
I think that's called unrighteous dominion.
Something.
Yeah.
Supposes he has
Or fun.
authority.
I don't know. Also,
Well,
very
I
fun.
mean, think of all the times like Matt would instigate something, and then like we would go to retaliate, and then like he would hurt himself or something, and then we always got busted.
yeah.
Like always. I threw that Ninja Turtle at him once, and he dodged it, and it went through the window and the door, and I was like, crap. And I got so busted for that. Shouldn't have thrown a Ninja Turtle at him, but he was like being a jerk, so.
Yeah, well, he pushed buttons. He knew exactly what he was
He knew
doing.
what he was doing.
Fair enough.
He's good at it. Yeah.
Now, Steve, I would be remiss if we don't mention babysitters because even though we were poor, our dad did his best to take our mom out on a date from
Do
time
date
to time.
nights, which actually is kind of where pizza nights
Starts, isn't it?
originated,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they would go out on Friday night, and so
we'd
he
get
would get
pizza.
pizza for us, and then that's the beginning of pizza nights.
Pistol Pete's Pizza.
Pistol Pete's pizza nights.
And outside of Leslie North, we did not have a repeat babysitter in our entire lives.
We were
Is that
monsters.
correct?
we
Oh,
were
yeah.
monsters.
We were
Absolute
hell on
monsters.
wheels.
We
Yeah.
took it. It was like a job
Yeah.
Yeah.
to torment
Became
whoever
a badge
was
of
babysitting.
honor a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
I
if
think
someone
so.
came back twice, I would have felt like a failure.
We were really young, but like yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were just hellions.
Yeah.
Well, if we found a weakness, we exploited it. That's just
Well,
what
that's
it
for
was.
sure.
Yeah.
And like, so we had the one babysitter that came over. Now this is where,
Sometimes you just find
Like-
out something by accident.
yeah. So Steve, in fairness, was gone. Steve wasn't here. I think he was like had to sleep over at Brandon's or something was going.
I spent the night at Brandon's, my cousin.
So
Same age, 2 days apart.
yeah. So which, by the way, means Steve was one street over.
Yeah.
So we are younger kids. Steve had I think a gopher snake.
Jeez, Brian.
Yeah, cheese brand.
Garter snake.
Or a
Uh,
garter snake.
this was
at
a garter
time.
snake.
This was a garter snake.
I had multiple
Okay.
snakes, different
So
types.
the
Not after
babysitter
this.
came over. She's in there. She's like trying to be nice. Like, oh, you guys want to do some activities, whatever. And I thought, I wonder if she wants to see this snake. So I go back into our room, reach into Steve's terrarium, and I pull out a snake and I start walking out. She loses her mind. Absolutely loses her mind. Like she's screaming, she's like crying, she's
Yeah.
like holding kids in front of her.
Yeah,
right?
chairs, like anything.
everything. So I was like, oh man. So I went and like put the snake away. And then I thought, This is pretty cool. So I grabbed the snake out again.
Once
I come
again, he's
out.
exercising that authority like he did over Matt in the
Yeah.
snowsuit.
So I come back out with the snake. She loses.
Also,
it
to
again.
be fair, like we grew up in a house where you didn't show weakness because it would be exploited.
Yeah.
So that's what you're
So-
supposed to do.
I go put the snake away, and now I'm just like anything that remotely looks like a snake. And so I literally grabbed a belt, right? And I'm holding it behind my back. And I'm like, hey, and so I start running at her, and she's running like around the living room, through the kitchen, and I rip this belt out and I like throw it at her. She makes it to the front door screaming, runs out. I chase her with a belt. It's no longer a snake. I'm holding it like it's a snake. Up the street until I'm like laughing so hard, and then I just come back home. She never came back. So we just sat there alone until my parents came home, and we're like, yeah, she
Wait
left.
for the beatings to
Yeah,
commence.
I would say it's 50-50 on our babysitters when we were young, that they'd even be there when our parents would get home.
It's true.
Some would stick it out and wait and then let them know they would never babysit us again, and then the others would just not be there.
They'd just
Which
be
probably
gone.
actually saved our parents a lot of money.
Yes.
good.
So
I don't think you paid them.
You're welcome, Dad.
yeah. So when they got home, of course, like they're trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sure they reached out to her or whatever. So then I catch a beating for it, right?
Josh caught a charge.
And then my parents got rid of the snake, which was totally bogus because it was Steve's snake, and
They
he wasn't
made
even
me
there.
let
They
my
made
snake go.
Steve let
I
go.
wasn't even there. I wasn't even part of it.
Yeah.
The snake
at
really
Lindsay
wasn't even
Park.
involved either.
If that's against
Yeah.
the law, go and hit
Yeah.
Mike Senior.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to let those go at Lindsay Park, but we did.
But we caught it.
Probably didn't survive.
We caught that snake. Remember, we caught it at North. It was up there slithering around.
Yeah, because
It was
I got
someone
away from
else's-
somebody
yeah,
else.
someone else's snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of my other babysitter stories that I really enjoyed was we had again a first and only time babysitter. She came over to the house. and
No,
so-
I think she had been one other time because she had always tied us in the room.
Yeah, so our bedroom, the boys, me, Steve, and Josh, our bedroom was directly across the hallway from our parents' bedroom. And so if you had a rope, you could tie the door handles to each other and then you couldn't open the door. So she goes and shoves us back in the room, ties us up, ties the door closed or whatever, because her boyfriend's coming over. You know, I'll leave that to your imagination on what's going on out in the living room. But so we're like, we tried to get out for a little while. Till we
For
realized-
us, it's challenge accepted.
Oh yeah. So the first thing we did, remember, we moved the dresser. We moved everything against the door.
Yeah.
Because when she wants to come back in, she ain't
getting in here.
right? And then after that, we cracked that window open.
We realized that we have a
we
window.
left.
Yeah.
So
So, mind you, we're young enough that Matt was like a baby. So Matt
Yeah.
was the only one that was in a crib. So
Yeah.
he was put down to, and
Yeah.
Rach might have been too, but I actually think Rach was with us. I think
Yeah.
Rach was with us. But
Yeah.
we put 5 kids in the room, and she ties us in there.
So this was like a movie, like we're
Yeah.
escaping like a a kidnapper or something.
Yeah.
Like we're like, hey everybody, be quiet. Everyone, we're gonna go straight out the window. Everyone single file out that gate. We're gonna go over to Aunt Deb and Uncle Dave's house. And we did. By the way, this is in the day. There's no cell phones. Like when we show up at our aunt and uncles, who are, by the way, are in shock that we're just showing up at their house
In our jammies.
pajamas at like 9 o'clock at night, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "I don't know. The babysitter tied us up in our room, and she's at home making out with her boyfriend." And then it wasn't like
and
they
let's
could-
be clear, we were being assholes. We were trying to act innocent, like, oh, we were being abused, but like, I mean, I'm sure we deserved to be in there, but also we knew what we were doing when we
course we
left
were.
and went to get her in trouble.
She probably already knew. We'd already been through 1,000 other babysitters. They probably talked. There's like a network of them.
There's
I wonder how they got people to come. But
I don't even know.
fake names, maybe.
I really
The
don't.
Hendersons.
Yeah. But yeah, we just showed up at Aunt and Uncle's house, and they couldn't have possibly called our parents. And like, so I have no idea. I would love to know today, as a 50-year-old man, what happened when they showed up and talked to the babysitter, and we weren't there. Maybe she just left like everyone else did.
yeah,
No, because Matt was there in the crib.
I don't know. She left you. She left there. She left all of us there. We didn't have the
well,
bed.
and also
There's
I don't know what
decoration.
was said, but we were still in trouble. Like we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like we were. There was sympathy for us.
No.
we were.
Yeah.
We caught
our
beatings.
parents automatically knew that was the
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
We were never spared.
No.
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 What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What can you do?
All right.
So at the end of part 1, we teased BB guns. We should probably just at least wrap that up.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're getting close to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we shot each other with BB guns all the time. That was just normal stuff.
BB
Were
gun
we wearing
wars.
proper eye protection?
No. Well, so we had a one pump rule, like you could
Yeah.
only have one click, but we never adhered to that. And when we say that we collectively shot each other with BB guns, we had 2 BB guns.
Yeah.
Mike and Steve would shoot us with BB guns.
Yeah.
So I can tell you one day.
We let you run around.
I was on my.
It was boring
rollerblades.
if you just sat there by yourself. Just sat
Yeah.
there like a.
Yeah.
Why didn't you move
Make it
around?
hard.
Well, and I tried one day. I opened the front door, and you were both just happened to be standing right there, and I was on my rollerblades, and you guys started pumping your pellet guns super fast. So I tried to jam out of there, and as soon as I got out of the driveway into the street, I got shot twice, and I crashed. I cried, and I think I was way too old to cry at that point.
I do want to say on the BB gun that our neighbor Dave Zygmunt, we wanted to shoot him.
We wanted to shoot.
Like we liked him, like right, but like he pissed me off because he wouldn't let us shoot him, right? Like he would just be like, "I'm not doing it" or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were like, "Hey, I'm going to shoot you," and so
Dispatch a BB in his direction. I don't know
Yeah.
if you say shoot BB.
so anyway, we were basically like, "Hey, like we're only going to 2-pump this thing." And you can go to the end of the yard, right? Like it was, I don't know, it was
Yeah,
like 30
to where the wall
like,
was.
Yeah, it felt reasonable for 2 pumps to there. Well, instead, like he's a baby, so he goes out to the middle of the street. So he goes out like, another 15 feet. So I thought it was pretty reasonable that we could probably do 2 more pumps.
Yeah, like a pump a step probably.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
we probably gave him like a 4 to 5 pump right in the calf.
We weren't scientists,
Pretty good welt.
but he bled a little. It's fine.
He survived.
Poor Dave.
It's all right.
And it didn't end in childhood because as we got older, Steve shot me with, BB guns or airsoft guns. Like, hey, I bought this. Let me shoot you with this. And I'm like, what? He's like, just hold still, and then you'd shoot me in the leg.
Remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to squeeze it out of my leg.
Yeah.
We have-
I didn't think it would shoot that hard.
Yeah, I mean, we have a friend named Danny Severson, also passed away. May he rest in peace. And he was over playing BB guns with us one time, and we forgot someone was pumped. Who did it?
I
Who
did.
shot him?
So
Oh, yeah.
we were in the room. So the rule was you couldn't shoot in the house.
Yeah.
So we had a pistol one that he had, and we were in our room all piled in there,
Yeah.
like talking and doing whatever.
he
Well, then he
shot
shot me, and I was like, "Hey, no shooting in the house." Well, I had a rifle one,
Yeah.
so he just starts laughing, and so then he shoots me again, and he starts laughing. I'm like, "Danny, I'm gonna shoot you," and he's like, so it's going back and forth. He shoots
Yeah.
me like 10 times. So as he's doing it, I start pumping the thing like as he's doing it. So I'm pumping it up to like
He's
10,
pumped it to, like,
15,
10,
whatever.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna
This is
get
gonna
you.
do some serious damage.
And then he's like, so during all of this, he's like, no, like I'll stop.
down for a minute.
I was like, okay. And all of a sudden, he just shoots me again because that's Danny.
Yeah.
Danny Severson.
Takes off running.
So he shoots me and just runs. So I take off running after him. And I remember he ran outside, and then I got to the door, and he was like running across the yard, and I was like, drew the bead and just shot him because I forgot
I kind of forgot that it was up at
I
10
that I
pumps.
pumped it all the way up. So I drilled him in his arm, and then the BB actually was stuck in his arm.
Yeah, all the way
like-
to the bone.
Yeah,
He
until
ended there for the rest of his life.
yeah, when he died, he still had that, I think, in his arm. So I remember he narked on
a
me
gift.
when your mother was giving him a haircut one time.
What a baby.
He started talking about how he had a BB in his arm because you could feel it, and she's like
Yeah.
feeling it, and she's like, well, how'd you get that? And he's like, oh, this little a-hole like shot me with a BB gun. She's like, oh, who would do that? And he's like, your son.
Hey, Steve.
I'm like, well, he shouldn't have been shooting me inside the house. That's against the rules.
Yeah.
So-
All learn the rules and follow them.
Learn the rules.
Learn your rules.
All right. Well, I think we're near the end of this one. We'll definitely have to circle back again. Anything before we go, Josh,
No.
Mike,
No.
Allison?
No.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.